So, LtChaos and NickAzn, both turntable players. What are your thoughts on this matchup, Rad?
I think that this will be probably a one-sided matchup. As much as I would love to say that this is an interesting matchup stylistically because we get to see how these two players interpret their turntable play, I really do think that LtChaos is just a slightly worse NickAzn. And so... No, I don't mean shade to LtChaos. I just mean that, like, NickAzn is on another level. He is probably the best turntable player ever. Although SMB is looking to maybe take point on that. It hasn't happened yet. Kubbi is also very good with the turntable, but I think that NickAzn just... He manages to really find himself in the flow. He manages to find the rhythm of the charts, and that's another thing that both of them are very good with, is they sort of get in the flow of what they're playing, and they... it's really hard, because I think that LtChaos has a lot of strengths and weaknesses, but I think that a lot of those strengths are shared with NickAzn, and Nick is just better at them.
Yeah, for sure. NickAzn is a very good player, not even considering his playstyle. Really, and you can see that with the SSSO history, where he took both spring and summer, right?
Yep.
And yeah, NickAzn is just an incredibly good turntable player, capable of doing some stuff that even turntable players have issues with, like actually hitting the straight up zig triangles and zig swaps, even charting them even charting them on his own charts. So
yeah, Nick is that weird exception to the rule of turntable click to move unfriendliness, where he could just play it. Like, you could throw a click to move unfriendly chart at him and he'll just hit it. He just doesn't care.
yeah, Nick is just an insane turntable player, capable of like really fast movements, and you can really see that when he plays. He's just really incredibly accurate.
Yeah, in the case of CTM unfriendly patterns, I feel like it's not so much that it's not more difficult, it's just that Nick happens to be good enough to hit it anyway.
Yeah. So, as far as this match goes for playoff implications, I think that there's more pressure on Nick to win this match cleanly than there is on LtChaos to win or even take a map off of Nick. So, if LtChaos wins this match, he goes up to solo fourth. Well, he's tied with G4, but wins in map pool, or not map pool, maps won. So he has a better map record, which will put him in fourth place contention, and also will put him in a very strong position to either win against G4 and Metalman, and then just keep solo fourth for himself. But he'll have one match that G4 and Metal don't have that they just can't get back against LtChaos. So LtChaos will just have an extra match worth of berth that he can like afford to be lenient in the second half of the round robin. If he doesn't win this though, no pressure, because G4 and Metal also lost to NickAzn and also lost to Baby Jimbo in Prague, so he's just back in the same muck with them as before. For NickAzn, if he doesn't win this match, he drops back into a tied berth with Baby Jimbo and Programmatic, the winner of that match, in the 4-1, and will possibly lose his playoff bye. So the pressure's on NickAzn to keep an advantage over these players, at least until he manages to beat them in the round robin too. Because if he loses to LtChaos and then loses to the winner of that matchup, he just drops to second.
Ooh, interesting. The song that we're going to be playing first off here is the same exact song that is currently playing on the stream.
Good.
Very nice. You love to see it.
So context, by the way, Lieutenant Chaos banned second. The maps that were banned were in order: Goat, Pepper, Dads in Space, and then Sevcon.
Alrighty. Ooh, I almost forgot to start the prediction there, but hey, let's do this. Alrighty, both players seem to be good to go. Let's start this off. And look at that beautiful turntable hand cam setup from Chaos. You'll love to see it every week.
I love Lieutenant Chaos's setup. Not only does he have the turntable hand cam from directly above, he also has this beautiful overlay setup with the waveform in the background. Lieutenant Chaos is actually a joy to watch play, even if you don't think he's the best player in the game. And I don't. I'm sorry. No offense to Lieutenant Chaos. I think that he's just below that upper echelon of players of like Mappy and Trexter and NickAzn, and we've seen Prague and Ricky scratch at that top level. I don't think Lieutenant Chaos is quite there, but I do think that he's one of the most enjoyable to just watch.
Ooh, for sure. And Lieutenant Chaos will be getting 5 lates here, starting off here. Let's go ahead and continue and talk about Chaos here. He has a pretty storied history with the SSSO in particular. He's been participating ever since the first one we had already, I believe, 10 months ago. So
yep.
It's been a long journey, and I'll be glad to see him once more when we start up the SSSO, which we've already started taking song submissions for. So if you haven't already, go ahead and submit your songs.
Absolutely. And while we're talking about Lieutenant Chaos's history with the Speen Open, he's also one of the players with a more storied history. Before the Speen Open, his match win against Trexter was considered, before the SpeenLeague, his match win against Trexter was considered the greatest upset in Speen Open history. It still is the greatest upset in Speen Open history, maybe except for like some outlier matches that happened in like spring when matches were still played on expert. But he manages to take a set off of Trexter to advance to the top 4 in the autumn Speen Open. He has 2 top 8 finishes. He also has a top 4 finish. He's the only player not considered a top player to actually make it to the top 4. The only other players, it's always been like the same players in rotation of Trexter and Programmatic and Mappy and NickAzn and Jammy Dodger when Jammy Dodger still played. And then Lieutenant Chaos filled that void by beating Trexter in a head-to-head set in the he just drops the beat there.
Yeah,
we also do have a miss from
But we have a
miss
from NickAzn, yeah. Didn't want to interrupt you, but we're seeing a lot of imperfects.
Compound miss.
Spoke a bit too soon.
And on this section too, that's gonna be killer. Oh,
it's all taps and long holds.
Yeah, definite point loss from Chaos. Took forever to get 4x there. Oh, that cost him 2k, I believe. Oh, that is a very unfortunate miss from Chaos. That might have killed his run here. NickAzn, I believe, has SC'd this chart before, so I'm not exactly expecting a miss from NickAzn, but finally will from Chaos.
Yeah, he didn't align himself properly for that blue tap, and then he missed the double tap there.
Oh, that is just unfortunate. And it was looking really good since Nick had that miss, which, you know, you wouldn't expect from Nick. So if Chaos actually maintained that FC, this would have certainly turned out differently.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Kind of expected, especially on a longer map. As you can see, like the difference in earlys and lates is also very obvious between these two players as well. So if Lieutenant Chaos had managed to hold the streak, it would have been nice, but it was kind of wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So Nick does take it with about a 2,500 point lead.
Oh. Just waiting on Chaos to show the graph here real quick. Oh, I guess he's not going to be showing it.
Overlay getting in the way of showing final graph, but we do have his score, 65,100.
Indeed. Oh, and there it is.
Oh, there we go. We do see it.
Woo! And there it is, 6,500. Alrighty, so we'll be seeing Chaos's pick very shortly. What will Chaos pick from the remaining match pool, actually? Maybe Goat? Chaos does pick maps that he vibes with, rather than, you know, strategic.
Dads.
Yeah, Lieutenant Chaos loves Dads in Space. We hear him talk about it every single time he does a post-match interview, how like he picks the songs that he vibes with, and I think he's picked Dads in Space 3 times now.
Wow.
Like it's a song that I really love as well. It's weird that he's the only one that picks it. I think that people just don't like the G4 chart a super great deal. G4 himself has talked about wanting to update that chart as soon as it's removed from the pool. G4, this is the last time it can be played, so now's the time. But Lieutenant Chaos absolutely loves it, so it's been picked every single time Lieutenant Chaos has had the opportunity. Not surprising it gets picked now.
Indeed.
Ready up. 3, 2, 1.
Gotta love how Chaos is... Oh my god, it just keeps getting better every time you look at it.
Yeah, I might ask Lieutenant Chaos like how he got this set up, the background, I mean, because yeah, it's a vibe.
Hopefully it wouldn't be
I
too
think he's
intensive PC-wise for you.
Oh no, I have a new PC, so it's actually much easier for me to just sort of do. I know that he's using a kaleidoscope effect in order to get this. So what you're actually seeing is his screen just sort of mirrored, like that little that noise bar is actually just the same thing, just sort of rotated. Oh, compound miss on the pool.
Ooh.
That's very unfortunate, and it does take a bit for Chaos to regain that 4x multiplier.
Yeah, like, it's mostly matches as far as the combo build, but long beat hold that he just gets nothing on.
Oh, not
no.
getting that swap right either again.
If only there was a change to the scoring system so that you continuously gain multiplier on when you continuously gain points. That sure would be nice.
Yeah, sure would. Oh man, those are some really rough misses from Chaos. That might just be the end of the run.
Yeah, like, it may be a little too early to say GG because NickAzn could theoretically, like, bomb the drop, but not counting on it.
Yeah, NickAzn can do some really wacky stuff. Look at this. He's just hitting this. Look at the hand cam. Really interesting to see NickAzn just, you know, hit these notes.
Well, not to say that Chaos is missing right now.
True, true. Although, it might be too little too late.
Yeah. Almost certainly.
Although, with NickAzn still on PFC pace, it is also fair to say that any early or late that Lieutenant Chaos would get would also disqualify him. So
There's a miss though.
yeah, you got another compound miss.
That's... They just keep going, huh?
And they keep coming in pairs, which is even worse.
Oh man, you hate to see it. If we actually got NickAzn on for the exhibition match, that would have been really cool, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That would be a replay of the losers semifinals, I believe, of the last Spin Open, which Trexter narrowly took over NickAzn.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, another miss from Chaos. NickAzn is actually going to be breaking PFC.
Picking up. Yeah.
And another miss from Chaos. That's... Yeah.
Well,
Nick has a very decisive lead here of about 5. Oh. And that lead just keeps growing. Yep.
if it's any consolation to Chaos, the only way to win this would have been to PFC.
Yeah.
True.
So it's not like it was gonna be close anyway. Like, all the extra misses are just sort of
Look at
topping.
that clean run
Or dust
from
in the
Nick.
wind. Or something along those lines.
That's
Yeah.
a new best. Oh my god.
Water under the fridge.
Oh wow.